So, the question I was asked today was, how do I solve this problem? How do I make 2 to the minus 3 into a fraction? So that's what we're going to look at quickly today, and we're going to look at an extension task on this. So, let's get to our growth green box and remember what it means. The 2 is a base, and the negative 3 is what we call the power. So to answer this question, we need to ask ourselves two things. What does the 3 do, and what does the negative do? So, what does the 3 do? Well, hopefully you remembered what this is. It means 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. So the 3 tells you that you have 3 sets of 2. 2 times 2 times 2, which you should know comes to 8. Now, the negative, what this means is, we call this the reciprocal. It's called the reciprocal, and in simple terms, it means 1 over. So all I need to do is take the base and I do it 1 over, and that becomes 1 over the base. Now, that's how we're going to start off with this. We're not going to do any more complicated base numbers. We're going to keep them all as whole numbers. So this is what happens here. So they're my 2 growth green boxes I've now drawn out. I suggest you copy them out as well. How do we convert now 2 to the minus 3 into a fraction? Remember, it's 1 over the base. That's what the negative does, 1 over. And the base now, we've worked out here, the base was 2 to the power of 3. So it's 1 over 8. Let's try 2 more questions. 4 to the minus 2. Again, remember, the negative means 1 over. So it's now simply 1 over 4 squared, which is 1 over 16. Another one. 5 to the minus 4. Remember, the minus means, the negative means it's a reciprocal, 1 over. So it simply becomes 1 over 5 to the 4. And that is, I believe, 1 over 625. Hopefully that's helped. We're now going to do an extension. Okay, now we're not going to do any more. This is 8 to the power of minus 2 over 3. It looks a bit odd there, but the question is 8 to the power of minus 2 over 3. And how do we change that into a fraction? Well, we've already looked at the negative. We know what that means. It means a 1 over the base. So let's just look at the fraction. And this has got 2 parts. The numerator, the top bit, and the denominator, the bottom bit. So let's look at the numerator. The 2 is like always. It acts the same. What do you multiply 8 by? What do you get when you multiply 8 by itself 2 times? 8 8's is 64. I ate and ate till I was sick on the floor. So 8 squared is 64. Now let's consider, what does the 3 mean? Well, the denominator 3, it's always going to mean the root of something. So here it is, what is the cube root of 64? Because the 3 means the cube. If it was a 2, it would be the square root. But here it means the cube root of 64. And what do you times 3 times to get 64? So think about it, it's quite complicated. What do I times 3 times by itself to get 64? Answer, 4. So now I can change that into a fraction as saying, firstly, I'm squaring the 8, then I'm making the square root of that answer. You could go the other way, but this is much quicker. And once I've got that, I deal with the negative, make it 1 over. So I take the 8, I square it, because that's what the 2 says, get 64. I cube root 64 to get 4. And I'm left now with the negative, and that means the 1 over. So I get my answer, 1 over 4. Hope this has helped.